Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and if I was off by a second, it's because I had to block a user. I sometimes have to do that. Not fun, not my favorite thing to do, but I had to do it nonetheless. It is now done. Complete. Blocked. No longer exists in my life. Won't you be my neighbor? I've got a new shirt on. Don't know if you can tell. I have old pants on, but a new shirt. Good to see you, Mine37388, and everybody else. I don't really have a lot to showcase tonight. There's not a lot here. I got another Ahsoka Tano figure. I'll throw that in the pile because I'll be opening it. And then there's apparently a new wave of the Marvel Legends retro figures. And so this one was the only one I saw on the peg. Still had its... the hole was unpunched. I guess the part was still there, but it was on a peg. I'm like, whoa! So there's a new wave of these coming out, so I guess Hasbro's going to continue with them. So I guess I'm going to be continuing my 5 POA Marvel Legends collection. Largely going to be collecting these on or off card. Although, you know, if I can find them at a good price, then maybe I'll get a duplicate one to save on card. But these are just too good to pass up. And I think as a kid, I probably would have collected these because they were 5 POA. If I was, looking for another type of Star Wars figure scale, these would have been perfect. Right up my alley, or in my alley? In my ear. Well, either way. Welcome, everybody, including Edward Ferguson. Edward will be having to live vicariously because Edward ordered his iPhone. And I guess I was reading his tweets, and his iPhone's going to get here, his new iPhone, like 26th or 28th. They punted it a bit. That's sad. But you will be welcome, of course, to tune in here. I will be unboxing the iPhone 13, assuming it gets here on Friday, and they don't move that date back for me. I'll be doing that on Friday, and of course that video, which I will do live on Twitch, will be recorded, clipped, and then uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Yes, Snips. I already opened a Snips, and I got a duplicate one because it was on the peg, and I'm like, this is a really good Ahsoka. This is like easily one of my favorite Ahsokas. So I grabbed an extra. Probably should have grabbed 2 extra. Well, if I see one again, I'll grab another extra. Can't help it. Like, I just see a Star Wars figure on the peg, and I'm like, yeah, that's got to come home with me. It has to come home with me. This is the easily, Mine37388, easily the best Ahsoka Tano figure they have ever produced. Ever. The sculpt is just spot frickin' on. Like, it's just perfect. This is just perfect. I don't think they can outdo her. And I expect we're going to see more when the Ahsoka show drops. By the way, speaking of shows dropping, Star Wars Legends, not Legends, Derp, Visions is out this week, and I'm very excited. Cenia, you're making note of my shirt. Yep, this is Force Awakens shirt. The Funko shirt's very soft. I love the Funko shirts. Unfortunately, I can never find them in medium anymore, which totally sucks. Dark Toy Lord. Picked up a DC Multiverse Bat Cycle, popped the Mandalorian version Boba Fett, and a Black Series Imperial Rocket Trooper. Nice. They pretty much closed our GameStop locally, which sucks. GameStop sucks around here, so I have to count on the internet basically to get me anything. And the Walmarts here really suck. So that's just depressing and a half for me, especially with all the exclusives. Target, I'm lucky. I live in a good area for Target. So, a little tired. I was up early today. I don't know why. Pentaxenstein, good to see ya. Hope you're having a good day, a good weekend. Edward Ferguson is correct. You can never have enough Star Wars figures. It is true. This is I looked it up on the internet, and it turns out this is the case. You can't have enough. It's very It's a very apt thing to say. I'm sad. I will state this because it's Sunday, and then tomorrow's Monday. And I know Monday I should be excited because iOS 15 is rolling out, but I'm honestly hard-pressed to think of one single feature that I would be looking forward to, or would think that I would use or that would offer any amount of improvement. Nonetheless, tomorrow I'll be giving my impressions of iOS 15, having used it in the beta on the iPhone, and it's pretty much fully baked. Actually, I think they pushed the final build to the iPhone. It's got some jank. The jank mode, the jank. Not the dank, the jank. The jank mode, the jank. And I also realized why, not why, but the iPhone 13 Pro Max may very well be smoother in terms of performance compared to the iPad, despite them both having ProMotion. And the reason why is because ProMotion is either 60 or 120. There's no variable refresh rate. And the iPhone has variable refresh rate. So it is entirely possible that the rendering of transitions and animations could be smoother on the iPhone. And I'm not saying that's going to make all the difference, but it can make a big freaking difference.
Mark_and_NC just resubscribed for 7 months.
Thank
Woohoo.
you so much for resubscribing.
Smile.
Indeed, woohoo. Pushing us to 342 out of 500 sub points. Hopefully we'll make it by the end of September. Will iOS 15 make my 12 Pro Max have a better refresh rate? No. Sadly, it will not. The variable refresh rate is hardware related. I will say it's no slouch. I'd rather, if you're going to go with an iPad, I would push anybody to an iPad Pro because of the fluidity. The only thing you could hope for is that Apple actually pays attention to software instead of trying to fix it in hardware, but I am not so sure Apple's got their eye on the prize. They haven't done it for years. I don't think they're going to start. They just keep throwing... Excuse me, I get a little gassy when I talk about this stuff. I apologize for that. That's right, the iPhone is OLED and LPTO. Is that the acronym? So allowing for the variable refresh rate. Theoretically, at some point in the future, the iPad will see it as well, and vicariously have smoother animations. Theoretically, Mark Gurman had just released this past day his newsletter, and he said he had written that basically next year is going to see an iPad Pro refresh, and allegedly a major iPhone redesign. And you kind of have to wonder, with a major redesign of the hardware, are they also going to do a major redesign of the software too? Oh, please. Please. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I am hoping. I'm hoping so much. No need to optimize if you brute force beefy hardware, right? Well, no, that's not true. And the iPad Pro proves it. I don't know what other benefits iOS 15 is necessarily going to bring, if anything. But suffice it to say, if and when they do release a variable refresh rate iPad Pro, I guarantee you're going to see a difference. Forget battery life for a second. I think specifically with animation, it should be even more fluid than it has been. And it's relatively fluid. I'm a big believer in fluidity in software, in clean experiences in software. And so it's a big deal for me. You honestly forget your iPad Pro has an M1 in it. That poor CPU is screaming for a better OS experience. I know, God. It needs so much. So I'm hoping that we're going to see a reinvention, and it's going to be better. Not just different, better. And I'm not going to say it makes it a game changer, but they gotta step it up. They gotta step it up. They gotta do something, dude. Because we're now eight revisions out of iOS 7, and we had like 6 revisions of the original platform. And so if we're right, we're overdue for a cadence shift. So allegedly, and I think John Prosser, my good buddy, leaked it. It's got like a hole punch or something. There's like I don't know, the next design is going to have the hole punch. I'm like, okay, good. Hole punches are fine. I'm okay with hole punches. So it's allegedly got a hole punch. And then, like, round buttons on the side. So they would theoretically be eliminating the notch. There's still a cutout. But, man, if you gave me a choice between a notch and a cutout, like a circular cutout, I would take that circular cutout every single time. Every single time. So, theoretically, I mean, they wouldn't necessarily have to change iOS around that. But, if they were to do a radical redesign, it would make sense that that iOS itself wouldn't look the same. Hollywood N3G, good to see ya. You just tried the iPad Pro at 120 Hz today. Color me impressed. Told you. I pre-ordered the iPhone 13 Pro Max in the hopes the experience is just as fluid in the new iPhone. That's what we were talking about, 4062. It should probably be smoother. Forget about the amount of pixels pushing across the screen, but the fact that it is variable refresh rate display, effectively, the frames that would normally get dropped kind of get cued, so everything becomes smoother. So the new iPhone Pro, because of its screen, could very well be smoother than a faster iMac or faster iPad. So it's not about the speed. It's not even close to being about the speed. It never has been. It's about what you do. You don't know if you believe the leaks. Edward, I believe Mark Gurman. I believe he's on point. So whatever if they're talking about a big change with the iPhone, like the only big change that I could think would be coming down the pike is doing something with that notch, right? And in tow, the software, because right now all that software is wrapped around the notch, which is the wrong way to go. It shouldn't have been that way. The hardware should have wrapped around the software. But either way, that's not what Apple wanted to do. So the only thing that I can think of is that it would come in tow. Because, I mean, you can launch new hardware, but, even this year was just really understated. Both hardware and software, like, really? This is it? Okay, well, all right, well, I'm kind of glad I'm not an iPhone fan. I'm glad I'm not an anything fan. I'm glad I'm team nobody. Kind of keeps me fluid. I'm fluid. I've got fluidity. The notch is still there till under-screen technology develop more. Yeah, no doubt about that. Or another way to solve the problem is have the iPhone, right? And just put a little screen on the back. So that instead of using the selfie camera to take a picture, you use the front-facing camera. So you can eliminate any kind of notch in the front altogether. And some companies have done that, right? You've got the little screen and you just use that camera because it's a better camera anyway. I understand the need for a selfie cam, but in terms of a higher quality camera, you know which way to go. BB Jen is upgrading from a 7. Can't decide whether to go with a 13 or 200 less for a 12. Dude, I say go with the Pro Max. That's me. I say get the high refresh rate. You will not regret it. I would be shocked if any person out there would ever regret getting an iPhone with a high refresh rate. I would be shocked. It's like, let me put it this way. I went to the store. I'm like, I can't wear my wearable right now. I think I gotta I don't know if I got a rash or whatever. But I thought, what if I have to get a different wearable? What if, is it really going to be that bad? Because they haven't really changed anything with the watchOS to increase fluidity. And I went in there and I dragged the apps around. And it was so jittery, jank. I'm like, oh my God, no. I'll stick with my $20 no animation watch. Thank you very much. It works. Save for a selfie camera if you're serious about your face. Several GoPros. Well, usually people don't go that way, but Linuxifier asks, do I have a single browser that I use across platforms or use different browsers on different platforms? I use different browsers on different platforms. On the desktop, I'm fine with Chrome. On Android, I use Brave because it's more critical, in my humble opinion, and Brave does a better job on mobile, in my humble opinion, than does Chrome. And I don't think... I know Safari now supports extensions even on mobile. On the iPad I use Safari. So I use Safari, Chrome, Edge, and Brave. And so they're very segmented, incredibly segmented. It's not. I wish it could be easier than that. I like Brave. I like the idea of Brave. I don't like the user interface on macOS at all. The reason I'm using Chrome on macOS is because it is it's surprisingly become more responsive than Safari. it still drops frames. It still is a bit choppy, but not as bad as it was, and not as bad as Safari was when I first started using it on this new system. So I've been using Chrome, and I've been fine with that. I've been okay with Chrome. I mean, they update it regularly, and new features come out. Edge, I like the idea of running Edge on Mac OS, but I don't think it brings the same benefits as it does on Windows. They baked some pretty cool features into Edge that I'd probably be inclined to use. So I use them. I'm all over the place. Blazor and Blazor. I don't even know what Blazor is. Shows you how far behind I am. That's quite the reinforcement of the team. But dude, Kurt, seriously. Safari on the iPad, which I'm using right now. The iPad is broadcasting this particular signal. That's what you're seeing there. I use the iPhone over here. That's the iPhone, right? So I use Safari on that if I need it. I don't use it all that often. But the iPad itself I use, and I'm using Safari. This system is a PC, so I have that's where, believe it or not, like when I put the error message up, it is Edge, or I mean it's actually using Windows. It's a fake error message when I do the freeze frame. But yeah, I use them all, literally them all. So I've definitely done a lot. Blazor. What is this? Web framework. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything to me. Will I be doing a live unboxing of the new iPhone? Yes. Yes, I will. And thank you for following, Constababble. Welcome to the Play Shop. We're just geeking out over here. I'm 3D printing a trooper, a scout trooper figure, because while I had this filament, I really liked how the stormtrooper turned out, so I'm doing another one here. Edge, hang on just a second. Edge on Windows, Safari on iPhone, Chrome on Chromebook. See, that's BBGen. That's the problem. That's the problem. Is I can't. I mean, yes, could I use Chrome on the iPad? Yeah, but the user interface is I don't know. Could I use it on? Could I use Chrome on Windows? Yes, but Edge is there, so like, why use Chrome on Windows? It doesn't make any sense, And so it's like, and then on Android, it's even more frustrating because Brave has like HTTPS anywhere, and it blocks ads and trackers and all that crap that Google doesn't. If and when I could ever run uBlock Origin on Chrome, and they automatically did updates from HTTP to HTTPS on mobile, then I would absolutely look into switching to Chrome from Brave. So, it's just the way it is. Rover Texan notes, you think the best features of iOS 15 iCloud Private Relay? Okay, that is cool. Although the only problem with iCloud Private Relay, well, no, if I'm using Safari, it's fine. But on the desktop, like on the Mac, I'm like, but I'm using Chrome. I'm not going to switch to Safari. Just to, I don't know. iCloud hide my email might be interesting. You couldn't agree with me more about the lack of attention to detail. Thank you, Rover Texan. I'm honest. I mean, I'm honest in the sense that I'm just going to call it like I see it, right? I'm not into getting access. I'm not into making anybody happy. I'm just reporting what it is that I see and what it is that I feel. Solid Pop, I agree. I believe. I can tell you. I haven't seen it, and I can tell you I love the 120 hertz on a variable refresh rate screen. I can just tell you. Like, this is not, it's not a shock. But I saw someone take a screenshot of their iMessage, and, like, I haven't used iMessage in years. And it's all crapped up. When did they crap up iMessage? Seriously, like, it's just crap. Like, at the bottom where you're supposed to enter in, like, text, it's a whole bunch of icons. It's just crap. Really? It's just a whole bunch of freaking icons that I don't know if anybody ever uses. Like, they crapped it up. That, yeah. No, they definitely didn't get that inspiration from Facebook. Facebook has a couple of icons, but it ain't crapped up. They're basic. They're very basic. Like, iMessage is like, here are a whole bunch of apps. Like, great. I'll go to the App Store. I don't need a billion. I just need like one, maybe. Attach a photo. Like, they just, it's crap. And I don't think it got updated in iOS 15. But I'm like, it's like one of those things where, well, I'm not using it, so I don't really care. J Dalatari 88, Firefox across the board for you. Oh, see, I wish, like I said, I wish it was that simple. I wish I didn't use iPad OS and Mac OS and Android OS and Windows. I mean, I just use them all. And there's not one thing that works well in each particular scenario. And I want. And they keep adding more crap. That's what I'm saying. Edward, iOS is ripe for a reboot. And I'm going to say this tomorrow. Like, it is so ripe for a reboot. Like, it's all crapped up. And they keep adding more features, and it just starts to feel like they're just shimmed in there, you know? Like, oh, let's put it here. Oh, let's put it over there. And it's gotten too big, you know, and it just needs to be reimagined in a big way. Joe V. Vilper says, iMessage was nice until those icons, no kidding. Yeah, I know. Like, I would have no problem running it on my desktop. At least on the desktop with iMessage, they hide that crap behind, like, one icon. I'm like, great, that's exactly how they should do it. Just hide it behind one frickin' icon. One. I don't need, like, 74 of all these frickin' apps that I really don't want to use. I don't need to see every frickin' sticker pack at any time. I'm not interested. It's just, it gets in the way. It's clutter. It's clutter. I mean, okay, I'll go into the iOS thing tomorrow. Now, speaking of iOS, I do have... Wait a second. I do have a... oops. A question to answer for the tech video recording tonight. Someone asked a question, so I thought we'd talk about it. I got 10 minutes. I got to try to get in and out in 10 minutes. Exactly. More. ... Can't be any easier than that. That's what I'm saying. Joe, you don't get me going on iOS. Yeah, I'm not saying that it hasn't gotten better, but in many ways, it hasn't gotten better. Because the reasons that landed us iOS 7 are the same reasons that iOS exists as it does today. And now they're throwing in share play. Great, just what I needed. Other people's crap on my phone. That's... Can't wait. Yeah, that's... basically going to turn every app into Facebook. And we all know that people on Facebook share awesome things. And those awesome things... Dude, we just finally got my parents to stop forwarding email crap to me. One quick way of getting unfriended. God. SharePlay is cool in concept. Yeah, I don't know about that. What happens when my living space is full of clutter? That's exactly what needs to happen with iOS. What happened to minimalistic design? Oh, that got blown out. Stop forwarding that crap to me. Apple's basically going to make their own Facebook. That's kind of what it feels like, but it's like, yeah, no, don't. Stop. Please stop. It's another way to lock people into the ecosystem. But that's the problem, is that I understand they want to lock people into the ecosystem, but, you know, at least they finally opened FaceTime, right? So, because, like, I've got friends who, I'm not asking them, hey, what device do you use? That's just, come on, that's asinine. I can't share it with you because you're not using the same device I am. Really? I can't email you because you're not using the same device I am. Huh? I get it. They're making it more convenient for the people that are in the walled garden. But even if I was in that walled garden, even if I can't think of any compelling new feature. I haven't used it extensively, but like that's just had me going, oh my god, I have to use this. Like I need to use this. Saw share probably won't be in 15 just yet. Maybe it's one of those things that won't make it. Another thing that won't make it in the initial release, I guess, is the being able to move the cursor from one screen to another. That might be kind of useful. I can see where that's useful to but not necessarily in my direct use case, but that's pretty useful. Yeah, it was supposed to be an open standard, but the problem is I think there was a lawsuit, Kurt. You need to use the weather app. Well, see, that's, to me, that's going to be the test. The first animation I want to see is going into weather and swiping, because that's what won me over with the first iOS, the first iPhone OS, the first iPhone. That's what won me over. That simple one swipe. That's my story. For real. I'll get into it again probably tomorrow. Yeah, so the weather app's pretty cool. The problem is that the animation has been very choppy. Like, the parallax is just very... It's like really... the old version, at least, painfully bad. Just really, 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 really bad. So, if I open the weather app and it chops on a 120 hertz screen with optimizations and, variable refresh rate, if it chops, if a simple weather app chops, that will tell me everything I need to know. Everything. Everything I need to know. Next Android update, October 14th. Well, they need to bake the Pixel too. Google's off its course as well, but that's my humble opinion. Hey, the only Kenobi, good to see ya. Didn't really have a lot of Star Wars stuff today, apart from my shirt and this Ahsoka Tano, which I do want to open. I probably should. Fine, I'm opening another Ahsoka. I'm opening another Ahsoka. Because I love my Ahsoka. Woo! I didn't know I had a gong in here, but apparently I'm on the Gong Show. I loved that show when I was a kid. There'll be a flying iPhone if that's the case? Yeah. If the weather app chops at 120 hertz, you're packaging the phone back up and sending it back to Apple. No, I'm not going to do that. I've been needing to upgrade. I keep an iPhone around if only to, not just test, but back up. I like kind of seeing, like, all right, well, let me see if this is interesting. Let me see if this is, what everyone's talking about. Let me try it. I'd be happy if there are a million features in the OS I could turn off. Yes! Oh my god, please. That's the thing I wish. I wish it wasn't... that's why I said it the other day. Apple is very much like Samsung. Like, they put a lot of stuff in there that I don't want and I'll never use. Like, I don't want to... I know that other people will, but I'm not one of them. Got me an Ahsoka Tano. It's funny. You have the 6-inch version of Ahsoka. Haven't been collecting the 3 3/4 inch. This one's worth it. The two 6-inch version Ahsokas have been okay. They've done two, I think. Facial sculpt on the first one was not that good. But this one's excellent. You're going to be upgrading to the iPad Mini 6? Oh, nice. Big fan, I'd still push you to a Pro. If the iPhone chops at all in anything, it will confirm to me Apple does what they want, pretty much. I don't care if the end user... if not enough people voice it, that's correct. That's the problem. And they don't like it when you speak truth to power. I can't say that, I blame them, but I wish they would listen to people that were trying to improve the experience for everybody. I think Samsung's becoming less intrusive with software. Yeah, seemingly. I wish they went further. Good Lock helped me mitigate a lot of Samsunginess. Not all of it. You don't need a pro because you don't need to be a pro. You don't need to be a pro. That's a misnomer. Don't get caught up in a marketing term, buddy. Thank you, PSA425, for following. Welcome to the Play Shop. I'm just getting staged to do a tech video because someone asked a question, and I'm going to answer it on a YouTube video. Let me zoom in here. Ah, crap. Stop forwarding that crap to me. All right, there we go. Hey, DB3D Dan, just about to lay down a video here. A tech video. Oh my god, can you believe I said that? When is the Perillo phone release date? Oh, I wish. Okay, let's flip to the advice view. Open up the Krusty clock. Reset that. Okay. Sorry, that was a false start. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and you're watching the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. And today on my radar, I have a question asked by one of you, Dan McLaughlin, and if I mispronounced the last name, I apologize. Dan asked for my thoughts, and I love when you ask for my thoughts and I have a chance to respond in video. He wants to know what I think about the breaking, and he used quotes here, you can see the comment in a previous video just uploaded to this channel, of each ecosystem. Like which, I gotta do this again, I could say that way better. Y'all get it behind the scenes. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and you're watching the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. And today on my radar, I'm going to be answering a question asked by one of you in the comments. Yep, I'm reading the comments. I'm thumbs up, and I'm loving the comments. I'm actually streaming this video live on Twitch, so you can join me on Twitch every night at 6 p.m. for behind the scenes. You get to see the videos before everybody else sees the videos and hang out and chat, and it's like the old days of live.perillo.com. So Dan McLaughlin asked this question. Would love to hear your thoughts on the breaking of each ecosystem, speaking about iOS and Android. Been using mostly Apple for years and am intrigued by what Samsung and Google are doing with hardware options. My wife will always have her iPhone, and I want to find a way to play nice with what our needs are. So I asked him to clarify, and he followed up. For example, if I move to an Android, I lose things like iMessage, shared notes, and AirDrop. How can I potentially create workarounds with as much harmony as possible? Well, here's the problem, Dan. As everybody knows, the only way you can ever send a text message to another person on this planet or in the known universe is through iMessage. So unfortunately, you're kind of stuck with iMessage. It's the only way to communicate with somebody else. It's the only way to send voice memos. It's the only way to instant message photos. It's the only way to send text. So you're stuck with iMessage there. In terms of shared notes, there's another problem. The only way to document something, let's say on the internet, is to use the Notes app that only exists on iOS. That's it. Like, there's no way you can take notes with any other application. Like, unfortunately, Apple's got the market cornered on that. And then AirDrop. So you're talking about transferring files between two devices. Again, Apple's got that locked up, years ago. I remember in the beginnings of the internet, we wished for an easy way. A file transfer protocol would have been perfect back in the day to transfer files back and forth. And even, nowadays, it would be even easier. Like if we had like web services that we could use to more easily transfer files back and forth and manage those files back and forth. And, like what if, oh, just imagine this with me. What if there was a cloud, right? And in the cloud, right? I'm making this up as I go along, right? You could put a file in the cloud and someone else could grab that file from the cloud. Like, what if? That would be great. But unfortunately, you're right. The only way to transfer a file from one person to another person is using AirDrop. Apple's got the market cornered on all these things. You can't escape it. They've created a walled garden for all of these particular features, and the list goes on and on. There are certain things that you can only do on iOS that you can't do on Android. Yeah, like take pictures. You can't do that. You can only use an Apple device for that. I know, a lot of people. So I know you like the hardware that you say Google and Samsung are working on, but you got to remember the shortcomings. You will no longer be able to talk to anybody or do anything if you don't use the same devices they do. Like, it's impossible. There's no middle ground. That's the problem. Email's the same way, right? If you're using an iOS device and you want to email someone who's got an Android device, you can't. What is this world coming to? So hopefully, /S, you're catching my sarcasm because I'm being a little sarcastic. It's not as hard as you think. There are countless ways of doing what you're trying to do. And honestly, once you recognize that there are potentially more powerful, more flexible services that may not exist within Apple's world, your view starts to open up a bit more. And honestly, it's fine. If someone else wants to stick with their device, I'm not trying to take away from that at all. At all. And I could make the same argument if the tables were turned, right? If you were, looking at Apple and you've been playing with Android, I'd say the same things. Because you got to recognize that someone's choice is not yours. Don't be tethered to their choice. Like, okay, can I go back to the sarcastic thing? Video chatting, FaceTime, only exist. That's the only way to video chat with someone. You can't do it any other way. And even worse, this year Apple said, once again, we are not going to allow FaceTime to exist on anything but an Apple platform. For example, if you wanted to make a FaceTime call with someone who was using an Android operating system or any other operating system on the planet like Windows, you can't do it. Apple said that again. So the only way to video chat is through FaceTime. The list goes on and on and on. So don't tether yourself to somebody else's choice if you have any say in the matter. Don't make them feel bad for their choice. I'm sure there'll be some, or should be, friendly rivalry that could come about. But if you're already looking longingly at something that is going to improve your satisfaction, then you need to continue down that path. So I'm here to tell you that there are alternatives to any one of the services you can tell me. Maybe not every single one of them. I know SharePlay is going to be the big thing, right? Because iOS is now going to have the ability for you to share things with friends and family and them to share them with you, because that's what you need. Your friends and family's crap on your own phone. I know you love that. Or, Apple's basically turning into its own Facebook, and we all know that Facebook is filled with awesome things shared by friends and family, and that's now going to be on your phone. So there are some features that cannot be replicated, but the more you abstract a particular need, the better you're going to be able to find that balance. And honestly, I'm not going to hard sell Google at all, but most of those things can be handled by Google. And if not Google, then some other entity that gives you the same features and is readily cross-platform. Cross-platform exists for a reason, and it shouldn't matter that you're using one service and somebody else is using another service. If you are accomplishing a goal or a task, is it going to be as convenient? I don't know. Is it as inconvenient? Is it inconvenient to send a text message in an app that's not iMessage? I don't know. I guess I've never had a problem with it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm like, woo, Chris, what are you talking about? Cross-platform? What are you thinking? You can't do that. Yeah, you can. Or let me put it this way. We have. It works. And mind you, just in the live Twitch stream before staging this particular recording, someone had asked what I use as a browser, and I said, well, it depends. On iPad OS and iOS, I use Safari. On my Mac, I use Chrome. On my Android device, I use Brave. On Windows, I use Edge. So, and it's not like, that's utopia. It isn't. It's just that, well, on Windows, Edge is baked in, and on iOS, that Safari's baked in, and on Mac OS, Chrome now runs better than Safari. There are all these, Brave on, I can go on and on about, why even me, as one person, has to use different things because they fit better in different circumstances. Modality, right? And modularity. And so I do my best for even myself to remain as neutral as I possibly can. So if one person, me, this is my example, one person can be neutral and exist cross devices, then I believe it is incredibly possible for it to happen beyond one person. So I've done it. I'm walking the walk. I'm talking the talk. Don't find yourself strapped in because you're afraid of trying something to see how well it works. But I will warn you, and I've said this going back years, do not treat one platform like it's another. Don't. Don't try to turn one thing into the thing that you're getting away from. Don't. Don't. Because you will ultimately find failure. That thing exists the way it exists for a reason, and vice versa. So when you start to recognize that there are different benefits, and those benefits may fit you better, the world is your oyster. Unless you're like me, I'm vegan, so the world's not exactly my oyster. It's more like, I don't know, a Swedish fish. Those are vegan. Tasty. Not healthy for you. Anyway, I hope you understand that this is absolutely possible for you to do. And there are 1,001 suggestions that I can make for potential services, but you got to find your own. And maybe that stepping stone is using Google services, which, by the way, are cross-platform. And I mean, they exist everywhere. Different kind of company, different type of business plan, different type of model altogether, but it's still something that you could start to do and discover that, hey, this isn't as difficult as we thought it was. Or let me put it to you this way, it's only going to be as difficult as you might make it be. Good luck, have fun with it, but I'm sitting here telling you it's absolutely possible. Now you got to keep me posted. Is this going to be a relationship ender? I really don't know. There we go. How is that? That video was fun. I love doing that video. I love being sarcastic. If I could be sarcastic, I just... Oh my god. Yeah, troublemaker. Ugh. I thought my sarcasm was on point. And my gas is also on point. Okay, so let's get that processed. Let's get it processed, as the Canadians say. Woo! Had some garlic today. And beans. I had some garlic and beans. Separate. Okay. Let's clip it. Clip it and get it uploaded to the YouTube channel so that people can see. Level 10 sarcasm. Was it good, Edward? I mean, people just like... They make it a thing. See, David knows the /S. He knows. They make it a thing. Like, it's so problematic. It really isn't. It genuinely is not problematic, people. Got my gas. Yeah, I get it processed on Bespin. That's where I process my gas. Cloud City. You're so glad you don't have smell. Yeah, you be glad. I'm stuck in the ecosystem box. I'm not allowed to leave. Please help. Exactly. It sounds like, you know, you're being held hostage. Ugh. I can't words. I think I had sarcasm once. No, I can't words. You have to have sarcasm all the time. Like, anybody out there taking me seriously? Don't. That's your mistake, not mine. Okay, so let's get this clipped. I'm gonna snip myself here. Gonna get snippy. Snippy and clippy. So I can get it uploaded to the YouTubes. So you can all go over there, give it a like, give it a watch. I know you just watched it, but it'd be really cool. It'd be great if we all did a YouTube raid brigade and then just watch it maybe in the background at 2 speed and give it a thumbs up. That'll be very helpful. Hello, Galaxy. Okay, you're going to hear me say that a lot until I can get this. Hello, Galaxy. Just right. Hello, Galaxy. Okay, that worked. I laughed. Alright. Just under 10 minutes. Thank you, Krusty. I'm going to thank him forever. I'm serious, because Krusty said, you know, you're making these kind of long. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right, but it's hard to shut me up. Alright. What not using the iPhone taught me. I could do better. What not using the iPhone taught me about Android. Living in an iPhone Android. Ooh, Android. There we go. I'm going to title it different. And we're going to upload it here. Upload. I'm uploading in my pants. Create. Upload videos. I do have to remind people tomorrow, or I have to remind people on YouTube that I'm unboxing the iPhone on Friday. Okay, uploading the TLDR playlists. Next, I even got a thumbnail prepared. I'm getting better at that. I got better. I got better. Oh, I'm feeling better. Shut up, you'll be stone dead in a moment. I feel happy. I feel happy. Alright, it is uploading. Here we go. Uploading. It's uploading. The new TLDR is uploading. Yeah. Congratulations to D. Randolph 1976 for picking up 2 Macs today. 1 Mac that I've actually debated getting, David. Seriously. I remember a friend of mine in college, like a roommate, he had, I want to say it was a Mac, it must have been an SE, like a small, it must have been, I think it was the one that you got today, like black, monochromatic screen. And I remember HyperCard on it. I used to love HyperCard. I was a HyperCard wizard. I love HyperCard way more than PowerPoint. HyperCard needs to make a comeback. She turned me into... wait, who did that voice? She turned me into a newt. I got better. I just watched a Monty Python series of documentaries on Netflix. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I got into Monty Python in college. Like, it was so bizarre. Was it Cleese? She turned me into a newt. Anyway, so I thought about getting a Mac SE. I mean, if I find it thrifting or whatever, because I'm like, it would be really kind of neat to have. It would, admittedly. I don't want a single old PC. But the Mac is diminutive, black and white, monochrome. I've thought about it. But then it'd be like, I saw like there was a Mac Classic I saw thrifting once. It was like $100, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work that well, and I'm not kind of into it. I'm like, I don't know, and I passed on it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have like a library of discs and games and all that stuff, so I'm like, You'd love to start collecting old Macs, my wallet would cry. Well, like I said, I go thrifting. Was it Eric Idle, Mutant Man? I'm not sure. Hello there, Tony1701. You must be a Star Trek fan, or am I wrong? Not a Star Trek fan? It was a total guess. Total guess. What is this? Alright, uploading 58%. Mac SE was your first computer. Dark Toy Lord, it wasn't really mine, but I remember being enamored by it. Again, my roommate had it. It was really cool to do word processing, WYSIWYG, because up until that point it was all DOS, and then you print it out and like, this font is not the one I wanted. Yeah, I remember those days. So I have kicked the idea around, but I don't really collect those things, and I'm not sure. D. Randolph says, always looking, don't ever buy them at the retail prices. Well, maybe you're going to see an extra one of these days. I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I know it works, and it'd be kind of fun to kick around. I don't know. I don't even know where it would go. I don't want to start a vintage computing collection. Like, I'm happy with, like, the little Lego C64, or even the Reboot C64, with all the ROMs already on it. Like, that's great. That's fine. You got those 2 Macs in trade-in, 1 Amiga 500, they paid $54. Oh, that's not bad. New video is live. TLDR is live. What would be Jedi's first computer? Oh, she's already had one. Her first computer was an LG V30. I want to say she got an LG V30. And then her second computer was a Fire tablet. Didn't really last that long. And her computer she's using right now is an iPad. Oh, not TLDR, advice. Oh, they're both going public at the same time, Kurt. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tonight's advice segment is how to overcome self-consciousness. So we're going to go in and we're going to start replying to comments to both TLDR and the advice segment. That's right. We're doing it live. Doing it live. Everybody who's watching me right now, I need you to head over to either YouTube channel, the new YouTube videos. I need two things. I need some things from you, please. Play the videos in the background at 2 speed. That's fine, but you got to watch them all the way through. That's very important for YouTube. Give it a like if you can. Give it a comment if you can. I'm engaging right now. Let's go to the comments on the... Gregory Taylor is the first one, of course, to comment on the advice. Thanks for the great advice. Happy to share it. I'm not sure which advice I'm giving tonight, but we will look in a bit. Thank you for that comment on that video. And the next one, TLDR has been uploaded, and it's not quite public yet. Stephen Hayward has just replied 18 minutes ago. I instantly thought about you when he introduced 120 hertz. LOL, one of the last videos I watched of yours is when you were switching to Android because the iPhone didn't scroll smooth enough for you. This should fix that, but there are other iOS snags. There we go. The promotion is the only thing I'm seriously interested in the iPhone. It's something to be very excited about. I'm serious. I mean, I'm not exactly marketing a phone I don't have, but, like, it's very true. Thank you, Mark H and NC, for playing the Triumph Over Yourself, How to Overcome Self-Consciousness video. How do you overcome self-unconsciousness? Wake up. Because you're kind of unconscious. Avaline French says, I have a big issue thinking of future problems, which leads to a lot of anxiety. Great advice, Chris, to focus on these solutions. This was the one about don't stress over what will likely never happen. We all must remain mindful. Thank you much. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you for listening. Popping back to TLDR. I don't know if it's been made public yet. TLDR not up yet. Thank you for following Linux Gamecast. Welcome. I'm not much of a gamer. Me personally, I like the retro stuff. And thank you for following Namboozle. Welcome to the Play Shop. I'm in a boring view because I just recorded a YouTube video that's about to go public. That's right, I record YouTube videos while I do Twitch. You get a twofer. Let me go ahead and flip back to another view for the moment as we stage the next video that I want to do. And that is the advice video. I3D print. And other things. Among other things. Live content exclusivity. Oh yeah. See, that's the thing, is I'm not streaming live on YouTube. I'm clipping out for YouTube. It's a segment. Like, I can export a video and put it to YouTube directly from Twitch. So what I'm doing is exactly the same. Precisely the same. You don't see the tech video? Well, it should be getting uploaded. Unless it's processing. It's public. It must have just must have just gone public. Here it is. There, boop, 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 boop. Give it a watch it. 2x in the back. Give it a comment. Give it a like. Thanks for subbing. All that. Back on the advice YouTube channel, Dark Toy Lord comes in. Says, I think this advice will help me with my videos. Thank you. I'm so glad. I am. And I'm also glad to keep pushing the shorts videos into this channel. Although, for a TikTok update, right now, I'm up to 370 subs. So it kind of slowed down. My TikTok slowed down a bit over the past day. So I don't have as much velocity now as I was having. So I don't know if I'm going to get a lucky break again. We'll see. Yep, TLDR is live.
Just gifted 2 subs.
Well, thank you very much. Great tip, says Jesse Moreno. At times in my life, I hold myself back. Need to work on this. You and me both. Who do I have to thank for the gifted subs? Oh, Pentaxenstein, of course! Our MVP, Pentaxenstein. 24-hour exclusivity, it says, but whatever. No, they let you export a live video after you've done it. Like, I can export to YouTube after I broadcast, like, immediately. So they give me the option. The only alternative to doing it that way, if they're like, whoa, no, is to basically record it and then after the fact just schedule it to go out like in the morning the next day. That's the only other way that I would probably do it. Isn't there a difference between affiliate partner? There is. Yes, there is. Between the Keys says, great advice. I was thinking that song, Dance Like Nobody's Watching. I think it's the perfect way to move through life. The only way. Thank you much. So it's still processed. Okay, it has processed the, the HD version. How is it? Oh, I gotta get a description. Oh, hey, we got a lot of comments here. Facebook has entered the chat. Says, sell me pop 3, LOL. I may be wrong, but I sense the smallest hint of sarcasm here. Nah, it can't be. Maybe. Thank you, Mark and NC. Mark H and NC. Krillin64. I love the sarcasm. It was amusing, but overall great advice. I thought so. Big Fan says you need to do more videos like this. You always get a lot of views. Well, depends on where. Because Gregory Taylor says, I use multiple OSs, both mobile and on traditional computers, and I always find third-party solutions that are cross-platform. The problem is they always need to look for better options. For example, I used Evernote for years, but now it sucks. Oh, man. Yeah, I haven't touched that in a long time. Tony Verulis says, I've jumped back and forth between them. Sure. I don't know what to do with that comment. Dark Toy Alert, ha ha ha, sarcasm. It's my superpower. Two new comments. Brandon Baisas. Yes. Gave me a thumbs up, I guess. And then Edward said, your sarcasm was off the charts. People have to remember that there's always alternatives to whatever OS is using. It's not as difficult as some make it out to be. A Big Fan says, I wonder if Twitch doesn't like you using Twitch to record your YouTube videos. No clue. Thank you, everybody, for popping over there. Mike that printing room, give it an oddly satisfying title on a separate channel. YouTube will devour it. This over here, it's not really, I mean, this room, this is in the room. I'm right here. Imagine all these vids playing at the same time at full volume. Oh boy. Yeah, you know, I thought about, like, well, what if I put, you know, what if I just had a constant stream of whatever I was 3D printing? I'm like, nah, because then I'd have to be doing something all the time. It just wouldn't work. Oh, there we go. That's you with the thumbs up. Got it. BBGen79. I have to remember that. I have to associate it. Everybody's family was good today over here. All good. Everything normal. Kurt Grosser coming in. No matter who you are, a better life awaits you beyond your own thoughts of what people think of you. No matter who. Is that a song? I don't know these songs. There's my reply. I'm not exactly sure how else to do it. Jingle Bell song in the background. Tis almost the season. I don't know. I guess there was a Jingle Bell song in the background of the tech video I did. Wednesday, Star Wars Visions. Oh, I cannot wait. I may end up staying up late on Tuesday just to watch the first one. From the 1996 album Dance Into the Light. I don't even remember that. I was alive, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Okay, now it's time to tease on Twitter. The new YouTube video. And then we'll do the advice video and get that queued. What I probably have to do is, like, do a couple of videos just to put it out by a day. And then... that way I'm not running any... I gotta try to get a hold of my partner support person again. Because they don't respond to me, ever. Kind of sucks. You'd think that a partner support on Twitch would be great. No Twitch uses some API likes from Google, not YouTube and Twitch. I don't know if they're legit. Rivalry. No, dude. Right from within the Twitch console, like, I can upload my VODs immediately. Like, immediately. Like, I don't even have to wait. Thank you for following Robo Smiles. Welcome to the Play Shop. Everyone else has workshops. I play here. I'm playing. Got to get this out on Twitter. Okay, there's the link. Oh, hang on. Living in a family with iOS and Android. Living in a family with both iOS and Android. Someone asked, so I answered. Living in a family with... Someone truly asked. There we go. Okay, tweet it out. Tweeted McGeeted. I should probably also post that to Facebook, huh? Getting better at this. Give me a moment. Someone asked, so I answered. I'm going to reply to Aveline and Kurt's comments here in a second. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. By the way, we're at 5,950 followers here on Twitch. How many episodes did we get of Visions this week? Asgardian Wookiee, I'd hope for it. Well, I'd hope for all of them, but I think we're just going to get one at a time. Seems they buddy with each other now and then. Yeah. Weatherography feeling bored? Dude, it's a big internet. You don't have to be bored. Aveline French, thank you so much for the comments on the YouTube videos. Very appreciated. In fact, I was about to reply to you on the new tech video that went up. She says, people are so attached to the sentiment of an iPhone. They don't realize you miss out on knowing how much is out there. I work on 2 phones, iOS and Android, where I can have the best of both worlds. That's one way to do it. Kurt says, Kurt Grosser, I use Windows and iOS primarily these days, and the services that I use are primarily Google-based, YouTube, Docs, Maps, Keep, Gmail. I even use Spotify, and that belongs to no specific camp. The argument that you can't live beyond an ecosystem's walled garden is extremely asinine, especially if you haven't tried. Like, really tried. I think Dan's going to be very, I wonder if he's going to see this video. I love when people judge me for having green bubbles when I text them. Meh. Who cares? If it's a status symbol, I don't care. When have I ever chased status symbols? I don't care what... You can color my bubbles purple for all I care. Only 9 episodes of Star Wars Visions? Oh, that sucks. I want more. Give me more of it. I haven't even watched it yet, and I want more. Thank you for following Hitman Soldier. Welcome to the Play Shop. 3D printing something. Chris is right. When you get to experience ProMotion 120 Hz, you can't go back. See? That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Jumping right in, Hitman Soldier. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, okay. So tell me, when was your moment? When was your moment, Hitman Soldier? When did it happen for you? You hope you see it, you're here? What's that, DB3D, Dan? What, the iPhone unboxing? That's coming. Weatherography asks, am I going to try Windows 11 when it comes out in a few weeks? I have been trying it, the dev build. And I feel in me, I've got like a Windows 11 video. I kind of want to give my Windows 11 thoughts. Ooh, holy cow.
Pentaxenstein just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you so much, Pentaxenstein. Very appreciated. Those 5 subs. Thank you so much, including to Saldu Pop. That's awesome. And to Krillin64. I love when people who are here every night, or close to every night, get subbed. That's very kind of you, Pentaxenstein. Very kind of you. More you want some more? Oh, are you talking about frame rates? CP, you got me on the serial kick second day in a row. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Normally I would have a bowl on Sunday as well, but I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try to keep it to Saturday. I've got a few boxes. Not all of them are new cereal. Some of them, you know, the brands that have been around forever. I'm keeping my eye out for interesting stuff that's on sale, stuff that I haven't tried in a while. But yeah, every Saturday is my cereal day. I try to do one day. And in that one day, that cereal that I eat here with y'all, I usually have like 2 big bowls of that cereal because it's fun stuff. Your uncle's on a Pixel 3, but for work, iPhone 8. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm telling you, the Pixel 3 has an outstanding camera. Like, the Pixel 3 camera is amazing. Like, it's spectacular. The Pixel 4 camera is spectacular. So I'm really looking forward to the Pixel 6. The Pro, specifically. Very much so. And I really believe that despite all the software shortcomings, it's probably going to be the device that I flip from the S21 Ultra to use. If only because of the camera. Even though I think the software experience may be marginally better on the Samsung device after you de-Samsungify it. You'd like to see that sub bar move to the right? I would too. I'd love to see it to hit 500 by the end of the month. We're pushing. We've got, about 11 days to go? About 11 days to go. And that's my hope, is we'll get to 500. I don't know what I got to do. I'm unboxing an iPhone. What else I got to do? Biggest showstopper for Windows 11 with the taskbar locked to the bottom of the screen. Hate that. See, that doesn't bother me. My problem with Windows 11 isn't what they're trying to do. I think what they're trying to do is laudable. Like, it's awesome. They're doing the right thing. It's been long overdue. The problem is, and I'll get into this in a dedicated video too, they're just beginning, right? So it's good that they started, but they need to clean up the cruft. And in my humble opinion, they would have been better off shoving legacy items into like a virtual machine and then putting the new stuff elsewhere, because they're trying to have the best of both worlds. And it's just never going to move. It's never going to advance. I mean, I don't think that's the way to do it, but it's okay. It's their choice. I like a clean, cohesive user experience, and they're moving towards a cleaner user experience, but they got to get rid of legacy components. They have to eliminate at every turn legacy components and encourage that. That's my feeling. No cereal today, sad face. Aw, man. When you start scrolling in Safari and Switch apps, more when scrolling the pages of apps. Yeah, that's one way of seeing it. Although now, I'm disappointed in the ProMotion display. I know I will be disappointed in the ProMotion display on the iPad Pro because it doesn't have variable refresh rate, as opposed to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So, it's interesting. I'm not sure which direction it's going to go for me. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference between the two.
Pentaxenstein just gifted 5 subs.
Thanks again, Pentaxenstein, for gifting 5 more subs. That's outstanding. You're helping. You're helping make September happen. I'm telling you, like, for any creator, September is a big deal. It's a big, huge deal. Gigantic. BBGen79 asks, Pixel 6 release date. No one really knows right now. Allegedly, I think Android 12 drops like October 6th. So theoretically, it's going to be within the next few weeks. Tony 1701 notes Pixel's camera quality has a lot to do with Pixel's camera app. Yeah, and that's the thing that kind of frustrates me. Because, like, dude, if I could port... I mean, you can get Gcam on other platforms, but inevitably it's just not okay. It's fine, but it's a workaround, and it's not elegant. And I've tried it. So ultimately, that makes me have to suffer through... I feel like I have to suffer through certain experiences to get to others. And that's how I felt... That's exactly how I felt with iOS back in the day. Back in iPhone 8, with the iPhone 8 Plus days. The last iPhone I bought. right? That I still have, the one that I'm using over there as a secondary camera. Dude!
No More 3 just gifted 5 subs.
Pentaxidine gifted 5 subs. Then No More 3 gifts out 5 subs. Y'all are gonna make September happen tonight, aren't you? That's great. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. Am I going to try cinematic mode for your live streams? If the software supports it, yes. I use the Reincubate Camo on Windows. My thoughts on Windows 11 so far, it's a good start, but I'm not sure if it goes far enough for me. Let me put it this way. It's nice that they're doing it. I can't wait to see where they're going with it, and I'm watching with intense curiosity, but it's not even close to replacing macOS for me. Not even close. And I use Windows...
Pentaxenstein just gifted 10 subs.
Dear God, Pentaxenstein, thank you so much. Gifting tier 1 subs to the community. I can't even catch up with chat. I can't even breathe. You wish Samsung had a team dedicated to the camera software like what Google did with theirs? Yeah, I wish they did too. Because I think it would be great. But right now, Samsung does not have the camera that I want at all. Kind of like Windows 8. That was confusing as hell. Yeah, BB Gen, I think Windows 11 is, I'm not going to say worse than Windows 8. Windows 8 was just a great idea, just not well executed. You've got to get rid of the legacy components and the visuals. Like, just bury it, update it, clean it up, and it's not there. It's still it's nice, but it's still kind of clunky. It's fast, but it still looks kind of clunky. It's a nice visual refresh, but it's still inconsistent.
Dark Toil Lord cheered X100. Hype train is close.
Oh, you pushed us into the hype. You shoved us into the hype train. Shoved us. Unbelievable. Look at all these gifted subs. Thank you so much, Pentaxenstein and No More 3. And Dark Toy Lord for, oh my God. You literally, Pentaxenstein and No More 3 and Dark Toy Lord, a 3-person hype train. 3 people. That's all it took. Unbelievable. Level 5. Okay, I was going to say we're going to have to wait. Give me a second. I've got a Amish Ace, thank you. And
Code
shout out to
120 cheered X100.
Thank you, Amish Ace. Code 120, thank you for the cheer, 100 bits, and Dark Toy Lord for another 100 bits. Hang on, let me scroll. I don't want to miss.
Dark Toil Lord cheered X100. Hype train.
Hype train is here. I gotta get Palpatine. Let me check. I'm checking. I'm scrolling. If I miss anybody's comments, I apologize.
No More 3 gifted Amish_Ace_ a subscription. No More 3 gifted a tier 1 sub to Amish_Ace_. They have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
I didn't even get...
Pentaxenstein cheered X1000. Cheer.
Thank you, Pentaxenstein. I didn't even get a chance to get Palpatine. I didn't even get a chance. I didn't one chance. Palpatine. Shout out to Amish Ace. BB Gen, yeah, I mean, you gotta thank No More 3 tonight and Pentaxenstein. Thank you, Aveline French, for the 50 bits. Unbelievable. Yeah, so how are we doing? Now I gotta check my meat. Ooh, 370. So we're getting well within the range of 100 sub points. It's a big deal in September because basically Twitch sidelines their cut. So it's like
Pentaxenstein just gifted 5 subs.
Again, thank you, Pentaxenstein. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure the people who are getting sub also appreciate it. I talk too much. I'm late. I know. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. Twitch usually takes a cut. They take 50% of a sub. So when you use your Prime account, I think I get 100%. A creator gets 100%. And so in September, they basically sideline their entire cut, or it's like steeply discounted. So September's a big deal to push to get subs up. So I'm happy. You were going to spend the last money you had to sub somebody, but parents would kill you. Weatherography, don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Everyone gets Perillo popcorn. In fact, because it was so fast. Here we go. Add points to all. 10 million Perillo popcorn. Did I type the right amount of zeros? I did. You almost accidentally had 1 billion Perillo popcorn, which would have been a lot. I had popcorn last night. I will have it again tonight, although I'm not sure what I'm going to watch when I eat my popcorn. Gonna watch something. I just don't know what yet.
Show me what you got!
What I got is an amazing community.
Anonymous just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you so much, Anonymous Gifter. Gifting a sub, pushing us that much further. Eclipse Empire, thank you for the 100 bits.
Eclipse Empire Cheerdex 100.
One of the things I got is a 5 POA Silver Surfer. And I'm probably going to be taking him off the card. Didn't realize the new series was out, but I'm collecting these as 5 POA figures. I'm a 5 POA fan. Always have been, always will be. The indexing in File Explorer just sucks donkey hooves. Yeah, Salty Pop, I'm not a fan. Do you think it's worth the possible to install Windows 11 in the new MacBook Pro when it comes out next month? I don't think you can do that easily. Parallels might make it possible, but they're not going with an ARM native. That was fast. It was away for 5 minutes. Eclipse Empire, it flew. That hype train flew. Let me put it this way. I didn't even have to get Palpatine this time. Emperor Paw Patrol did not have to come out. I'm sure he is very disappointed. That's my impression of Emperor Paw Patrol. Microsoft needs to release an ARM build. I'm sure they will. At some points, they will. Just not yet. But honestly, you know, you can still run it fast. I mean, if I needed Windows, I have a Windows 10 desktop. I will be updating it to Windows 11 day of release. It's not on a beta channel. It's not on the dev channel, like the stream computer. I will be upgrading the stream computer to Windows 11, and theoretically, nothing blows up. I always get nervous, especially for production machines. So you can't dual boot Windows and OS. It's Mac OS, not OS 10. You miss your master? Sorry, no, not this time. We got a hype train at level 5. Unbelievable. Unreal. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. Heading back to YouTube to answer comments. Someone's asking about the comment from today. The video for today. Someone's actually recommending something like Dropbox. I don't know if... Hopefully you understood my sarcasm. Corey Moore says, you and I have definitely been beating the same drum as far as promotion for years. Glad it's finally coming to the phone with variable refresh rate. Anthony K notes, in the same way I use Alltech, I'm not taking a side and limiting myself. Hashtag team nobody. Don McLaughlin says, wait, you're sarcastic? I appreciate your insight. Did I answer your question? So he did see it. It's got to be fun. I am Xavier says, I get that you're being sarcastic, but it sounds like a guy came to you with a genuine issue and you just shat on him. Of course, we know there are alternatives, but he might not know. No, look. Read his comment, dude. He's happy. You're not. Move on. I collected all the level 5 emotes. Get your drops in, apparently. And then we're going to stage for... I got to do the advice. Lay down the advice. Because why not? Give me a second. You wish flagship phones would go to carbon fiber backs over glass? You know, I'm kind of surprised they haven't. I haven't had... I guess the last shattered phone I had... Oh, my Pixel 4. Yeah, my Pixel 4 XL. I did break it. And I had to get the screen replaced and the frame replaced at a local shop. Am I going to stay up all night and watch all 9 episodes of Star Wars Visions? I don't know if they're releasing all 9 episodes at one time. Hitman Soldier asks if I bought an M1 MacBook Pro or Air. I've got the new iPad Pro, and I use it every day. But keep in mind, I do work for Intel. My thoughts and opinions and perspectives and ideas and everything that I put out there in my own channel are 100% my own. I've been very clear about that. Disclosure. And the Windows PC that I use to run this stream is, yes, an Intel NUC. Probably my favorite type of PC ever, because it's diminutive and powerful, and it's out of the way. I'm like, everyone wants to mod their PCs, and I'm like, I just want it to work. I just need it to go. I don't need to stare at it. I'm not looking to make some art. I just want it to work. Yes, they look like that. Star Wars Vision supposed to... I have no idea what's going to happen for another couple of days. You've never broke your phones? Oh, man, you're lucky. Which size iPad Pro? This is the smaller one, not the big one, because honestly, I did not find years ago when I tried, because I went with like the big one, and I thought, oh man, it's a big screen. I love big screens, and honestly, I thought it was too large for what I was needing it for. It was just too big. And switching to a smaller one, I was ultimately happier, really, truthfully. And, you know, it's possible that I could end up flipping back to a larger one, but that would probably be dictated by platform changes. And I don't know if I see that happening right now, or at least anytime soon. Yes, I may be upgrading my MacBook Pro. That is true. Because I love Mac OS. I really do. Genuinely do. In fact, it was Intel. Intel helped bring me to Mac OS. I've said that for years, even before I worked there. 3 things happened. Windows Vista. What was it? Windows Vista. There were 3 things. Vista. That was definitely, oh man, that was it. That was the nail. I want to say it was Tiger or Leopard, one of the two. And then the third thing that happened was Intel using Intel, or the Mac using an Intel processor. What's up? Hey, cool.
I got my lucky walking.
Yeah, I see. It's very lucky, isn't it? It's nice. Yeah. Like Boober? Yes, he's got his walking stick in the book. Yes. His lucky walking. Oh, that's right. We watched it in the show. Boober. That's right. Boober. Boober had his walking stick. It's true. He did.
Boober's lucky walking stick.
Yes.
This is my lucky walking stick.
Right there. Built out of Duplo. What was worse? Windows 95 Vista or 8 or 8.1? Ooh, Vista. Vista, by the time 8 rolled around, I was done. I was done with Windows, so I didn't care. I'm like, eh. Yeah. Nice. Windows 8's UI was great. The UX was a catastrophe. A very bad thing. The keynote with Paul Otellini was gifting a wafer to Steve Jobs is one of the most legendary things in tech. It helped. It honestly, like I said, I can thank Intel. I have thanked Intel in the past. That was the reason. It was like the big reason. Like several things had to happen, not just one thing. It wasn't just the allure of Apple, and it definitely wasn't the iPhone that brought me to the Mac. It was switching to the Intel platform primarily because I was like, well, at least I can run Windows, and I know it's fast, and hey, this sounds kind of exciting, and it made it feel more like home to me. And so now I just couldn't. I would, I'm not going to say be depressed. I would be very sad if I couldn't use Mac OS. I mean, I'm serious, because I've used it not just for so long, but it's got a design aesthetic that is polished, not perfect, and it's everything I need it to be today. And they've made steady improvements. Not every one of them I've appreciated. Not every one of them I've used. I don't really use a lot of the default Apple apps. You can get away with not using them. Thank you, Pentaxtenstein, once again. Do I ever have the iTunes phone from Apple? No, I don't. Your first PC was Windows 98. My first PC didn't have, I think it had DOS. Definitely didn't even have Windows. What was the note-taking website service you mentioned you use? Oh, I don't know if I didn't talk about a note-taking service. Which one, Salty Pop? I just use Google Keep. Sometimes I even use Notes. I use both. I'm not, like, consistent, because sometimes I just need something quick. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to open Notes. In fact, the last note I have Yeah, see, a lot of this stuff I could probably like archive somewhere, because like I'm never gonna. I even have from June 7th, 2014, my review rubric, my impressions, the feel of it, the design, the options, responsiveness, screen, audio, camera, battery, bonuses, integrations, ecosystem, experience, and value. So I'm probably gonna have to do that again with this new array of devices. Well, I gotta tell you, all the support everyone gives is very helpful because, I mean, I'm trying to turn it around into content. It does keep the Death Star spinning for another day. Just know full well that, well, you know, yeah, I am going to be recouping the cost with the new iPhone, but, you know, a little bit goes a long way. So thank you. Oh, you're thinking Monday.com, Saldupop. That's for project management. Let's check the, hang on. I jumped ship a few years ago, iOS to Android, and it was just BS. Trying to send pics and big emails sucked. Went back after a couple of years. Lamau, Apple really does have the whole market covered, don't they? Sorry, Junior. I know! Can't both sides just get along? One could hope. You've only ever used Windows? Is macOS easy to get into? I think it is. I got my mom into it, although macOS was overkill for mom. For mom, an iPad is more than enough computer for her. macOS is different, but probably more polished. I will say this, it is more polished than Windows. It is fantastically more polished. Stem to stern. It ain't Windows. But if you think of something that you need, 9 times out of 10, macOS can handle it. Not always. There are certain things that you can't do. Like if you were saying, hey, I want to be a gamer, I'm like, yeah, you don't want to be on macOS. You want to be on Windows. And you also want to be running with Intel technology, but I'm not a gamer. Like, I'm all about the desktop. That's my primary use case, is the desktop. Browsing the web, you know, how fast a computer you need? Well, you'd be surprised. Oh, I remember CE. CEMENT. Yeah, that's right. I remember all three. Never ran NT. Did Windows 2000. Never did CE. Did the Pocket PC. But Millennium Edition I had installed. I used Millennium Edition for like 48 hours. And then I rolled back to Windows 98 SE. And then decided maybe a week later, I'm like, you know, I'm just going to go to Windows 2000. And I went to Windows 2000. And I was on 2000 until XP. XP up and until Vista. Then I rolled back from Vista to XP and was with XP. And then moved to Mac OS. And then, you know, I had Windows 7 and, you know, then upgraded from 7 to, did I have 8? I really don't, I had maybe one 8 machine, but I went from 7 to 10, and then we'll go from 10 to 11. Taking it to 11! Your mom had Windows laptops for the longest time, always fixing stuff for her, bought her an iPad, almost never hear problems with it. Well, that's what I'm saying, it's just, it's everything it needs to be for what it is. For me, I don't think I could work on just Mac OS. I've got to have Windows. I have to for certain reasons. Not just to stay aware of what it does and what it can do, but the compatibility that I might have to deal with. Certainly with streaming, it's a little easier to use the Windows PC at this point. Retro reboot notes. Yeah, I love Windows 2000. Miss those days. And Windows 98. Yeah, 2000 was solid. 2000 was a rock. A rock. That was the last... No. Maybe Windows 2000 XP, that was the last time Windows was consistent. And in fact, I would say Windows 2000 was the last time Windows was consistent. From then on, it's been a mishmash. And unfortunately, Windows 11 is still kind of a mishmash. Wasn't 2000 NT? Yeah, it was NT based. Well, XP was solid, but like in terms of design consistency, I mean, it was there. There was like a polish on top of Windows 2000, so it was what it needed to be. But like, they started messing with the UI, and it was just, I don't know. I always ran classic mode. I was a huge fan of classic mode, and honestly, I miss the days of classic mode immensely. It's just because it's a Frankenstein's monster of user interfaces now. It just drives me nuts. Makes me sad. Windows XP was very good. Still to this day, I feel Windows 10 is more like Windows XP. Kind of is. But unfortunately, even in Windows XP or Windows 10 is very blocky, which is fine for what it is. And I've appreciated how Windows 10 has evolved, but it's not like when I look at it, I'm like, I look at the Explorer and I'm like, ugh. Like the ribbon. Anytime I see like anything with a ribbon interface, I'm like, ugh. Like, and they did their best to hide it in Windows 11, but it's still there. That's the problem. They need to reboot the Explorer, and I guess they are. I guess they're working on a new version of the File Explorer, which is long overdue. You agree with me in the UI? XP messed with it so much. I had so many end users complain it looks blurry. Oh yeah, font smoothing. That's right, clear type. Font smoothing, which I loved. I loved font smoothing. They should make a reboot of Windows 2000. I think they're moving on. I think Windows 11 is going to be it for a while. I think they're going to have to, with Windows 11, continue to roll out updates and eliminate the cruft. I think over time, they're just going to slowly but surely eliminate the legacy components, at least the legacy components that we see. And, you know, when a lot of that is gone, when a lot of the cruft is gone, I could see myself going to Windows 11. Now, right now, I have no need for an extraneous laptop. None whatsoever. Which is unfortunate. Because, you know, it'd be kind of fun to have. But I don't. I mean, I've got this, that. I'm good. I'm set. I don't need to have a go-to Windows machine now that I have a Nook. Windows seems to be good with every other release. Well, Dark Toy Lord, Windows 11 is more, think of it more like an iteration of Windows 10. They're taking the underpinnings of Windows 10 and basically fashioning a different, a sheen, you know, lipstick, if you will. They need to eliminate, and they haven't. And at least on Windows 10, the legacy components on Windows 10 seemingly look, I mean, they're definitely legacy. Windows has a certain feel to it, and it's not a good feel, and they need to update it all, and they haven't. Windows 11 is really high on system requirement for PC. Well, you know, it's good because they can take advantage of the newer components. I don't see that as a fault. Windows 10 started the process of doing continuous improvements. Exactly, RC Maniac. So I think Windows 11 is basically, it is 10, but I believe from my understanding, it's faster, so it's more responsive, which is good news for everybody. I mean, my PC is snappy to begin with, but you know, the fact that it's going to be kind of a free speed boost, you know, moving into the future, that's pretty exciting. Okay, 7:45. Hang on, just a second. Second. Don't care about that. You're not in Oregon? Go collect some rainwater. It's raining here. I think it's supposed to be raining here. Yeah? Give me a second. I need to get to the comment that Dan left so I can pin it. Okay. Rain in Seattle? Never. Oh, yeah. My PC died. I'll buy one after Windows 11 comes out. Good idea. I hear that, I mean, there's a rumor that the next Surface, one of them, is going to have a 120 hertz screen. Yeah! And, yeah! And Thunderbolt, Intel Thunderbolt. So, like, I'd be, when that announcement happens, I'm like, that's kind of interesting to me. Granted, I do run Windows on this PC at 120 hertz on these two screens when I'm using it. And I just don't have a general use case beyond streaming or like a Windows-oriented thing to use Windows. Is that I flip back and forth on these two screens between Mac OS and Windows. I figured it out. You mean Apple Thunderbolt? Well, no, we still do Thunderbolt. Why the change? Couldn't tell you. Don't know. Apple doesn't like using the word Thunderbolt, but I couldn't tell you the specifics, because honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. What are my predictions for Visions? It's going to be awesome. Give me a second. Ah! Give me a... I wish that macro... Why does the macro not work here in Discord? Discord. Give me a second. We gotta lay down the advice video, because I'm pushing it. Sorry, I was geeking out with everybody here. Sorry. Y'all love it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Alright. So let's get the advice view going. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for following Equally. Love your avatar, floating pizza. Hey, from Discord. Okay, I'm glad I commented. Zom Sandisk. that's a good handle. Yes. Welcome back. Welcome here. I am streaming live every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, and usually laying down video recordings for YouTube. Speaking of, I need to make a note to myself. There's that. Note to self. Okay. So we laid down tonight's tech video. The tech video has been published. In case you missed it, there's the today's TLDR, the tech video. There it is here in chat. Let me make sure I've caught up on all the comments. Nope, I guess I have. Awesome. It's always good when I can catch up on all the comments. I enjoy seeing the comments. I enjoy seeing what other people are saying and saying. One guy's mad at me. One guy thinks I was too sarcastic. I don't think I was too sarcastic. He was helped. Dan was happy. I just felt like that was the only way to address it. Like, is just to go overboard with it. Like, because people just, it's one app or another. It's inconsequential. People just treat it like another app. All right. Okay, I'm going to rant. I'm trying to come down off my rant. All right, so let's do the advice, the life advice for tonight, for the life advice channel. It's going to be... Okay, last night we talked about unlock the power to change your mind. Okay, so tips for remembering empathy in the age of tech. It's hard to get off iMessage, you know? Not really. I just told people, stop contacting me here. It was easy. Seriously, stop. Get me here. Thanks. The end. It wasn't that hard. Do I remember running into snags? Maybe, but like, I don't know. Alright, here we go. Going to the advice view. Getting the crusty clock. Here we go. Again, this is for the life advice video for tonight. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I like sharing my advice with you, all my thoughts, perspectives, opinions, ideas, and hopefully you're able to pull some nugget of wisdom out of what it is that I lay down. But if you happen to disagree with something I say, or maybe you have a different way of approaching the issue, by all means, leave a comment. We can have a dialogue. One size definitely does not fit all, but generally speaking, if I'm sharing my perspectives with you in these moments, it's because I've thought about things long enough to be able to talk about them with you, having experiences that I understand intimately. And one of the issues that has bothered me for years, and perhaps I'm on an extreme end of this because of what I've done over these years and can understand it differently, that I kind of take this issue to heart, because as much as you are watching me record this video, as I'm streaming it live on Twitch, as I do every night at 6 p.m., well, not this video, but I'm streaming live on Twitch every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, I am on this side of the camera, and I'm a real human being. I'm talking. And the way that people are interacting with me, whether it's in a comment, a reply, in chat, wherever, you're doing it by way of a screen. But I'm able to read what it is you write. This sounds basic, doesn't it, right? But I'm a human being, and I'm projecting myself into this piece of technology. The camera is capturing my image, the microphone's capturing my audio, and it's being sent out over a series of tubes to you. And you're interacting with me, but you're interacting by way of a screen. And the problem is that some people don't realize that they're actually communicating in these moments with another human being, whether it's live or not. I'm still real. Whether I'm tweeting something, whether I'm doing a video, doesn't matter. If I've put something out there as myself, that's still me. But you're not necessarily interacting with me directly, because we don't necessarily see each other in the same space, like geophysical space, which is amazing if you think about it, because I'm able to reach out and connect with people from all around the world instantaneously. It's the very thing that got me interested in technology. Like, really, truly, being able to connect with people and share passions and interests. It's been the fuel for my passion and interest, is understanding how technology can transform lives. It being an enabler, not so much a destination. But the one thing that you may be missing in this scenario is that you're interacting with me by way of the screen. So you're interacting with the screen. And that screen ain't human. That screen does not have a brain. I do. And whether or not I choose to use it on any given day, that's beside the point. I'm the human being. But when you're interfacing with the screen, this generic slab of glass and potentially plastic and metal and all sorts of stuff, this isn't human. This here, not human. Not even close to it. But you still use it to connect with other human beings. And some people, this is possibly you, forget that there's another human being on the other side of the screen when they are interacting with them by way of that screen. People seem to sideline empathy because they're not interacting with another human being despite them actually interacting with another human being. They're interacting with this slab of material, this inorganic contraption that's made it possible to connect with somebody else. And this here is the problem. It's not in and of itself a problem. It's that when you're interacting by way of a device to connect with another human being, you have to start ignoring the device. Pay attention to who you're communicating with, not what you're communicating on. Because it's really easy to unload when you're just interacting with this screen. Things that you would never possibly say to someone if they were sitting face to face in the same place. You wouldn't. I've seen it happen so many times over the years where I've confronted people who seem like they're very, very angry at something that I did and they disagree vehemently. And I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to mix and mingle with them. And then inevitably I meet them and they're like puppy dogs. How could you be the same person? They're the same person. It's just that they didn't realize they were actually communicating with another human being. Or they forgot. It's easy to forget. When you're watching a screen, when you're paying attention to a screen, when that technology is in your control, because you control the experience that you get. You can control everything. What's on the device, when you're using the device, when you're watching, when you're listening, when you're doing whatever. You're in control of that device. You're in control of that technology. But you're not in control of the person that you're listening to. You're not in control of that creator. You're not in control of the person that you're interacting with. And by the way, you're not in control of anybody. FYI. Even when they are in the same meat space as you. As opposed to the virtual world, which is every bit as real. The human being on the other side of your screen is every bit as real as you are. And just because there's a distance between us doesn't necessarily mean that we have to forget our humanity, or being humane, or being realistic, being empathetic. And trust me, I'm probably the last person to ever talk about being empathetic because I don't think that way, or I should say I don't feel that way. I don't think anybody ever would describe me as an empathetic person at all. I guarantee it. If you asked Diana, she would not say I'm necessarily empathetic because I tend to cut to the chase. I cut through the chaff to get to the wheat. You know, I'm optimized for time. Or at least I try to be that way. But I also don't forget when I'm interacting with someone that I'm interacting with someone by way of something. Are you catching it now? Have I explained it well enough for you to understand that you can't treat people like they're objects, even when you're talking to them or interacting with them through an object? Stop looking at the object. Stop using the object. And think about what you're trying to accomplish. whatever that happens to be. And inevitably, if you're interacting with a human being, you've got a goal. It's easy to lose the best of ourselves when we're not with other people in the same vicinity, right? We're not sitting face to face. Because when we are face to face, there are different responses that we would have, different cues that we would pick up on. You know, I might say to you something that is that offends you, right? Because that happens. It happens all the hell. It happened tonight when I uploaded the TLDR to YouTube. I was sarcastic in the video. I tend to be that way. And this person was trying to be nice, I think, but came across as like, hey, well, maybe you were too sarcastic. I'm like, no, I wasn't. I asked the guy who wanted me to answer his question, and he was fine with it. So I'm going to believe it. Move on with life, not just move on. Just like, okay, just get over it, right? So I would say that to him, even if I was in the same room. Like, dude, he was fine with it, so what's the big deal? Move on. He was respectful. I tried to be respectful, but I also know that what I did, I felt was right. I felt was fair. I felt was good. I felt was informational, useful. And I felt I presented it in my way. And sometimes, especially when there's conflict, we forget that we're interacting with other human beings. And there's more than one way to slice this bread. Okay? More than one way to do this. And that's why I am prone to say that if you have another way of approaching these situations, by all means, let me know. I may disagree, but at least we could potentially have that dialogue. We may not see eye to eye. We may not ever understand each other. But the one thing that we can understand, especially in those moments of conflict, is that we are interacting with other human beings. And you can never put yourself in a situation where you're trying to control what it is that they do. And control who it is that they are. Or try to make them be the person you need them to be for you. It doesn't work that way. That's not right, and it's not fair. The right thing to do is when you're communicating with another human being, communicate with them. Don't communicate to your device. Don't treat them like they're the technology that you're using. And that's the advice video. Yeah, you could cut it, you could slice it like this, you could slice it like this, you could slice it like this. There's many ways to slice bread. I don't eat bread though, so. Press is published? No, first I've got to clip it. Clip it and then upload it to unlisted. Unlisted. Give me a moment. Oh, Digital Life came in. Hey Dan, here's a disclaimer from Chris. For Chris, from what I can tell, Chris is using your question call out. A lot of other people can't see the past the bubble we're in. We know that people can think critically to figure things out for themselves. They just don't. Nonetheless, there's some frustration here due to Apple blinding people as well. To what else is available to you, we can't really fault Apple for... Oh, no. Dan's good. Chris has a delivery that's a little rough around the edges, but he does mean well. Well, of course, Dan got it. Why does everyone stop apologizing for me? I don't... Why does someone need to... I'm a big believer in people thinking for themselves, though. That's for sure. Okay, so... Let's go ahead and... Let's clip it. Go. Hello, Galaxy. Ooh, did I get that right? Hello, Galaxy. Hello, Galaxy. Yeah, I did. I want a little bit more for safety. Hello, Galaxy. Yeah, see, I clipped it. Hello, Galaxy. Hello, Galaxy. All right, that's good enough. And oops. Oh crap. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Christopher. Hello, Galaxy.
Yeah,
okay. I'm Christopher Rillo, and I like sharing my advice. I need to get the title. Tips for remembering empathy in the age of tech. And saving. Gonna upload now. Oops. Flip to another channel. Content. Oh. Create. Upload videos. Send files. Is it? Oh, if I don't have... I know. That's what it is. Okay. Life advice. Tips for remembering. I don't have a thumbnail. Life advice. Okay, I'm not going to do anything else. This is doing everything else. Private. I don't have ads here, so I don't have to worry about those. Okay, that is uploading now. Netflix is the Crown just beat The Mandalorian for best television series. Really? Interesting. Thank you, Rover Texan. Appreciate it. Chris has his own brand of sarcasm. Some people just don't get it. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't... It's not how you intend, it's how it's received. Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, it's not that hard. If I'm saying it's not that hard, I'm not saying... But I'm a doer. That's the problem. And I also want people to think for themselves. That's another problem. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Some people want to be told what to do. It's one of the reasons I almost got fired from Best Buy. They wanted me to tell someone what they wanted. I'm like, I can't do that. Nope. Cannot do that. Will not do that. That was my problem. Oops. Let's get back to... There we go. Ted Lasso won Best Comedy. Oh, I believe it. It's a good show. If you've not... That's one of the best things Apple's released is Apple Plus. Good shows on Apple Plus. I've watched like 2 or 3 of them. Now you want to know what that customer wanted to be told? They wanted to know what computer they needed. I'm like, well, this is back in the day. Like, I was like, I don't know. Thank you. I needed this. Yeah, I was gonna do popcorn. All cleaned up. I guess after. Is it everything's cleaned up? No? Oh, downstairs. Upstairs, though? I woke up early. I woke up way early. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm like a laissez-faire pops. Kind of. I kind of am. Yeah, the same problem at Staples, constantly chastised for not pushing the warranties. I couldn't push them to buy something they didn't want and that I didn't believe in. That was kind of my feeling. And I made a horrible salesperson. Just saw a trailer for a new Halloween movie. Oh, see, I don't watch the horror stuff. I can't. Halloween stuff is fun, but I don't get into it. Halloween stuff, as in general Halloween season. Yeah, in terms of the last, sorry, I was replying to a comment there on YouTube. That's my problem. I know. Shouldn't do it. Never reply to the comments. Never reply to the comments. Never reply to the comments. What are you doing, Chris? I'm replying to the comments. By the way, Sith Lord Brit had her family had Eggo cereal today, and I'm really kind of excited to find out what they thought. I'm interested to see if they liked it. Like, if I can bring people to eating Lego cereal. Did I say Lego cereal? Eggo cereal? There is no Lego cereal, at least not that I know of. Maybe one day. Maybe one day there will be Lego cereal. No, that'd be a bad idea, because then kids would, like, eat real bricks. There's a reason Lego Group does not do a lot of that candy stuff. They don't want to confuse, because if a kid sees, oh, that's candy, they put it in their mouth, that's it. That's game over, dude. Lego bricks are choking hazards. Maybe I need to come with a warning label. I'm a joking hazard. You've heard of choking hazards? I'm a joking hazard. You feel like Lego cereal will hurt your mouth? Well, it's Captain Crunch. Lego cereal, they have to build it? Yes, Asgardian Wookiee, that's exactly what you need to do. That's what I'm saying. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. As much as it would be fun, I totally understand why they would never do it. Oh, The Queen's Gambit closes out the night for a win with Best Limited Series. That was a good series. I did watch that too. I'm not trying to... I'm not trying to catch the Emmys. It was just on Twitter. Saw it like in the liquor section in the store. Would you like the Lego cereal? Yeah, I got some good bricks over here, sir. Ooh, yeah. Can't imagine. I've been watching Chris for 13 years, maybe the old days. He upgraded his Mac Pro, made OS X crash by installing Microsoft Office. I did? I don't even remember that. People remember things that I did that I'm just like, I do not remember that. There used to be Lego candy when I was a kid, little bricks, you could build them. I'm not sure if it was Lego, though. It was probably a knockoff Lego. Because I don't think Lego would do it. I could be wrong. Brick Loot. Exclusive, what is it? Cinnamon to... Oh, yeah, those are definitely not... They're Lego bricks, but those are custom prints. Those are kind of fun. You can do prints on official Lego bricks. A lot of people do that. They look nice. That's kind of cool. Custom Lego brick pack. That's fun. Those are kind of fun. Little bricks. Cereal boxes. See, I mean, the custom print stuff on licensed bricks, I like more than, like, knockoff bricks. They help you discover what you'd be watching. Well, Coda 120, the way I look at it is tomorrow will be dominated. Like, my feed will be completely dominated by, like, all the winners and everything. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I should watch that. Oh, I should do this. Still haven't gotten a chess, but in the digital age, I've gotten infinitely easier to read up on openings. See, I don't do that. I played a game of chess the other day with Jedi she wanted to play, and it was definitely over her head. Queen's Gambit actually made you learn how to play chess? Interesting. Lego Polybag. Oh yeah, there's really, like, the UK gets way more Lego Polybags than the US, and I don't know why. Like, they actually have, like, a Lego magazine that you can get, like, that comes with, like, polybags, which is amazing. But we don't get it here, so what are you gonna do? Oops, dashboard. 2 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, look at that. The holographic professor started following. Welcome aboard. You are most welcome to the play shop. I am currently 3D printing. Oh, I need to be reminded sometimes to flip back to this view. Or more specifically, this view. 3D printing, because this is now the interesting thing that's happening. The Force is also with you in my finger. Here, the tip of my finger. That's where the Force resides. Tonight it's a Scout Trooper, this 3D print. This Crimson Trooper. I'll probably be printing a couple of them. I don't know, this filament, I gotta tell you, is a lot of fun for these Star Wars figures. A lot of fun. Although I am gonna have to use some glue on this one, I can tell you, based upon the legs in this design, because they're separated. But we are coming close to the end. 9 minutes left, which is pretty solid. That's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. 29, 15. Oh, because I bet it was. Yeah, I've 3D printed a lot of these figurines in different filament colors, but I did the Stormtrooper yesterday, actually 2 Stormtroopers, and then I thought, oh, you know, a Scout Trooper would be pretty cool. Chinese checkers, yeah, I think I played that as a kid. Haven't played it in ages. I'm not even sure I remember. The one game I want to get Jedi into is like Othello or a Versi. I think she'd have fun with that one. I had when I was a kid, I remember playing Othello, and I'm like, this is a fun game. Do I get any use out of the 3D printer outside of Star Wars figures? The Force is with you. 4 Force is with you? Yeah, I've printed other things, other Star Wars things, other non-Star Wars things, and like I'll browse Thangs.com or Thingiverse just to see what's there. I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of fun, and then I go off on a tear. So I have. It just kind of depends on the model. Like, would I use it? What could I use it for? How would I use it? Like, in terms of the print, because of course once something's printed, then you got to figure out what you're going to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of this is just for leisure use. Equally asks, what makes a 3D printer worth it? Well, I now have a collection of like unique Star Wars figurines. I have some. I mean, I could print busts, but I'm not really a bust guy. I've got some busts. I've printed coins. I have my own coin. You could print my coin if you wanted to. Designed by Fix'em Dude. I've got some Kyber crystals. Although I need every time I put a new filament in, I have to remember, oh yeah, I need to get that color Kyber crystal. I'm going to continue to get more Kyber crystals. And I also have a lot of filament everywhere. What do I think about Nintendo doing the Nintendo Switch Pro? That's what they've alleged to do. I mean, hey, whoever's buying, great. I have a Switch. I don't use it all that much. I got it because I wanted to play Tetris, and then I realized that I'd be better off playing it with a controller rather than the handheld. And I'm like, well, at that point, I might as well be playing on I mean, it was just. So my daughter, I think for Christmas, she's 7 now. I think I'm going to see if she'd be interested in gaming on the Switch. I've been trying to get her to game on the iPad. She does the Minecraft, but that's about it. Yes, we raided that Y-Wing guy once. He was playing Star Wars Squadrons at the time, and yeah, he does. I know he does helmets, but I do follow him. I do follow that Y-Wing guy. I don't do a lot of helmets, and I know. See, that's the thing is what a lot of other people print. I don't. I would probably be better served by a resin printer because I like a lot of the smaller things, the trinkets, the tchotchkes, more so than the larger things. But I don't like the messiness of resin, and honestly, this is really actionable. It's easy. It's right here. Just use regular old PLA, so it's safer to breathe. I don't have to worry about enclosures or anything. It's not messy for the most part, so it fits my needs. And I'm not a cosplayer, so I don't get into the busts. I don't get into the props. I don't cosplay, and so I'm different in that way. They just ended up doing an OLED model instead. I don't see a point upgrading with what? Oh, the Nintendo? Yeah. How much is all the filament? What's all in said and done? Well, some of the filament that I use is from Printed Solid. They sent a whole bunch of filaments. This is atomic filament that I bought. They also sent a few extra spools, which is really, really kind of them. What's this cape pack? They need a wider variety of colors with these capes. A way wider variety of colors. But a spool of PLA could run, you know, I mean, you can get the cheap stuff. I mean, the ones that I bought are usually like 20, 25 or more. And sometimes, I mean, it so much depends on what filament you're using, what printer you're using, the model that you're using, like how you sliced it. Like there are different variables at play. It's not quite plug and play. It's not quite point and click. Happy to answer any other questions. Just I'm seriously, I'm just waiting for this to finish, and then I will. I'm not sure if I'm going to be. Actually, who are we raiding tonight? Who shall we raid? Who is on our radar tonight? Who is streaming right now that we have not raided in a while? Oh well, Brit is playing Phasmophobia. That's a scary thing. Who's doing any crafting? Anybody doing any crafting? Fun stuff like that? Chronic's playing Battlefront. Mr. Yeti's doing retro. Lone Gopher's maker and crafting. There's Fred. Sid Heresy. Is he traveling? Sid Heresy seems like he may be traveling. Easy Pinoy. Super Gen. Stretch, thank you. Do I still speak with Barnacles? Yep. He raids frequently. We raided him the other day, too. I don't know who we're going to raid, honey. Oops. I need to plug this in. Well, that's a testament. There we go. Way to go, Krusty. Way to go. Who are we gonna raid? I'm like, nothing, no one's really jumping out. Like, oh yeah, we need to. It hasn't been a while because we've gone through the lineup. So AZ Pinoy is brick building. Looks like he's doing a camper. I don't know. Thank you for following Ty D14. Ty D14? Ty D14. Kids these days will only ever think about Twitch or YouTube or streaming. Well, pretty much. Those are the, those where you go. Although YouTube streaming sucks. Artist made 3D print files, cut and ready to print. Yeah, I've seen these. Nothing. A lot of the models I've grabbed from Thingiverse. Coda. Yeah, for live streaming. Well, because on YouTube, live streaming is just an option. It's not like the only feature. And on Twitch, it is the feature, so it just gets treated differently. Twitch is basically a platform for live streaming. And that makes it a boon. A boon, like something that's very good. Oh. Done with that. So I'm thinking it's either going to be... Well, Lone Gopher is definitely doing, he's knolling. AZ Pinoy is not. Brit is playing a scary game. So it's either Lego or well, Director Chronic's doing Battlefront. So what are y'all in the mood for? What are y'all in the mood for? Let me send you on to someone that you're in the mood for. Interactive, Lego. Do I remember the YouTube live event they did to launch it? No, I don't think I remember that. I remember when they did launch it, I'm like, whoa, dude, this is a game changer. And then it sucked. And then it never went anywhere. Katy Perry called it the YouTube Awards. I was there. I don't remember them launching live. I remember seeing Katy Perry, though, at some YouTube thing. I had no idea who she was. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Okay, she's singing. Great. Who do we got here, big fan? Another Lego brick streamer, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. I've got so many brick streamers in my feed, though, you know? I mean, there's Mediocre Films. He's just chatting. Oh, they're looking for a raid. Never mind, they're looking for a raid, too. That's so funny. Don't you love it? Like, when you're ready to raid someone, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna raid someone. So funny. Asian Tony Stark is doing stream assets design. That looks kind of fun. We haven't rated him in a while. He's actually interacting. Someone building something that's cool. Oh yeah, dude, there's so many brick streamers here. People building things. I like finding other 3D printing people when they're 3D printing and interacting, though there's not that many of them, unfortunately. A lot of people do their, what was I gonna say? They're not interacting. And I can't remember where I was going with that. Oops, sorry about that. Not mean to knock you. I think we're gonna raid Asian Tony Stark. 125 away. We are 375 out of 500 subs. That's incredible. We really made some inroads tonight, which is great. Thank you everybody for participating. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the force be with you always. Thank you for putting up with my sarcasm. Because if you didn't know, I've got a sarcastic streak a mile wide. I think people should know that about me by now. You think? Kurt, thank you for putting the Perillo Raider emote there. I gotta get that on the clipboard this time. Perillo Raider. So the one we're rating tonight is Asian Tony Stark. I want to say I met him through Yoko. So he's like designing, right? So he may be interested in interacting. He collects Iron Man stuff. Marvel fan. Cool dude. Time for you to go to sleep. No worries. We'll see you here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. That's when I'm streaming live again. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. Really appreciate your time. Without you, I would not be able to do the things that I do. And so, like I said, it's very much a part of my daily routine. Trying to work different things into the routine too. Doing my best. So thank you, one and all, for all the support. Always looking to connect with other people, and generally make this time of day. I mean, it's getting seemingly longer and longer and longer. And I try to keep. I thought, oh, okay, I can keep these broadcasts short. I don't need to have long broadcasts right now. And now when I'm doing like YouTube videos, it's like, okay, that just automatically extends the broadcast by that much further. So anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. So we're going to be rating someone he looks like he's editing like audio or something, doing something on the desktop, which is always interesting to me, more so than gaming. And it's always difficult to gauge or guess, like, if you want to watch a gamer. But like I said, I would rather raid people who are just chatting when I know they're just chatting or in the mindset of chatting or doing education or something that's learning or teaching, because those are kind of fun things for me to watch. So let's go ahead and stage it here. It's Asian Tony Stark. Streaming science and technology. Got the raid going. Here we go. We're Tuscan rating. That's right. Almost 3, 2, 1. Can't do it yet. Gotta get it. It's gotta get him primped. Almost. You pranked me. All right, here we go. Tuscan rating. Asian Tony Stark in 3, 2, 1. Oh crap! I need to get him open. Where is he? Shoot. There he is. Okay. Hang on. Yay! Darth Vader.